But you can't build houses on top of bodies of people you've killed. That is not acceptable. So let's frame the conversation in Irungu. Let's frame the conversation. A good person will do good things. Yeah, you have to believe in these values, and the rest of us who don't believe in them, your time is up, you need to go home. Is there anything I've not said? One time. Asante. Thrown under the bus by the so-called Kenya Kwanza administration. And for me, I've been more than clear. There's nothing called broad-based government. The government in power today is a Kenya Kwanza government. Even if Sifuna is appointed to that government, I am going to serve Ruto and his government and implement policies. You don't see those people implementing ODM policies. See, we promised that we would be giving you 6,000 every month if we got into power. Have you seen that money? So it is not the ODM manifesto. That is the Kenya Kwanza manifesto they're implementing. So for me, the conversations this morning are very important, because if you see the data and the statistics, we have also spoken about the taxation, that the labor income is taxed more than the capital income, and that the government is so lazy in terms of growing the number of people who can be taxed, but they decided that they are going to tax the ones that are already on the in the formal sector to death. You know, you can decide you have one cow that you milk until blood starts coming out, or get 2 cows and milk 5 liters each per day. So you have to create opportunities. You have seen the report here saying that some of the drivers of inequality is that we are not creating quality jobs. There are actually no jobs. If you just grew the number of people on the payslip group, then you have a larger base from which to tax. But they have decided that the few of you who are on the payroll are going to be taxed to death. When I look at how much money I contribute in the housing levy and these other ones, it drives me insane, man. It's crazy. I pay over 35,000 shillings for housing levy alone. And it is ridiculous. Because as I've told Ndindi there, I'm not a very rich man. That 35,000 can help me somewhere. Then there is, which one have I left out? There is solutions that have been proposed in this report. And I want to say one thing about the generation of leaders that we've seen here, Karoli, myself, and Ndindi, is first of all, good leaders must accept that there are things that you don't know, that you have certain blind spots, that there are experts and people who can give you the knowledge and the data, and that there are solutions that are progressive solutions that you can actually adapt and save the country. The problem is we have people in office who are know-it-alls. He knows everything. He's farmer number 1, doctor number 1. He is the one who knows, he says his aggregate smarts is more than all the previous presidents combined. Who told you? We should be seeing a difference in our country if we have the most brilliant government in power today. But that is the direct opposite. Now, for me, you know, my friends here, they will, I don't know how I can say it. We are past the stage, PS, where you can tell us that your government is going to go and sit down and review this report. The Constitution prescribes wanted in order for a government 6 essential values. And the first one is human rights, the second one is equality, the third one is freedom, the fourth one is democracy, fifth is social justice, and the last one is rule of law. That is the criteria for a government. Not stadiums, not markets, not dual carriageways, none of those. So if your government does not fit in these 6 criteria, you have no business being in government. This is why, Sifuna, I am very confident in saying, your time is up, Bwana PS. Your time is up. We want to come together and form a government based on those 6 essential values. Everything else you do must be within the bounds of these 6 essential values. So mimi siongeangi mambo mingi, mimi huwa nasema tu kama hatuna hii serikali, then there is nothing else. Let me just finish by addressing my brother Karoli on this question of the Political Parties Act. First of all, it's not 11 billion, it's 12 billion. We want 12 billion from the exchequer. Now, there is a thinking that went into the political parties fund, Karoli, that in fact you need to free these institutions, the political institutions, because they are the drivers of democracy, from influence. From influence. And the influence of money in politics is known to cause those inequalities that you have spoken about. If you insulate political parties from government interference, from external influence, because even if you look at the act, you are not allowed as a political party to receive money from foreign sources. That is something that you know. And this 12 billion has accumulated from 2014 because the law that you passed in the National Assembly, because the Senate doesn't touch money bills. No. You passed a bill that requires that 0.3% of the revenue is set aside for political parties. Now, there is nothing wrong. If you feel that political parties don't deserve that money, just amend the law. But for as long as the law is there, you have to comply with the law. And we are within our rights to insist on something that is legal. So what happens is, right now, the people in power successively, because unfortunately ODM has not been able to form government, the people in power use this money as a tool to cripple political parties. To cripple political parties, cripple political activity. And you have spoken about, even you might have good candidates, people who want to run for parliament, for the Senate, or as MCAs, but they are crippled because our politics is very expensive. I will tell you, in the last election, because of support from some of our friends, we were able to support women who are running in single constituencies, because that is where the problem is. In the Senate, we have almost achieved the 2/3 gender rule. I think we are less by 1. In the National Assembly, there's a problem. And the only way to do that is to get these brilliant women in the constituencies and remove the hurdles to why they don't run for office. You use the money from the taxpayer to uplift these people. You give them the nomination fees, you give them the application fees, you give them money to campaign. Karoli, if I look at my records, I send you money from ODM for the 2027 election. My records are there. We supported all our candidates, including Sifuna. I received money from you as taxpayers to campaign. That is how you feel these inequalities even in politics. So the figure might appear large, it is big, but yes, there was a reasoning behind putting this money in the political parties so that they are free from all these things. So finally, I want to urge all of us, we fall back to our constitution. Let us make sure that when the next general election comes, we elect people who actually believe in these values. Let nobody sell you any other stories. Those other things, I am sure that a person who believes in human dignity will still build houses. Yeah. But you can't build houses on top of bodies of people you've killed. That is not acceptable. So let's frame the conversation in Irungu. Let's frame the conversation. A good person will do good things. Yeah, you have to believe in these values, and the rest of us who don't believe in them, your time is up, you need to go home. Is there anything I've not said? One time. Asante.